Hi there, it's Brittany. I'm back with another bead haul video from my time in Tucson earlier this week at all the gem shows. I wanted to focus on artisan beads this time around. I'm going to have probably 2 or 3 other haul videos from Tucson, but this one I wanted to focus just on the artists who actually create these beads instead of, companies who sell beads. I have quite a few in this, but I'll try and include links to their social media and or shops in the comments below or the description below. But if you have any questions, let me know and I can try and get you in touch with one of the artists. So let's start with the first set of artisan beads I bought during the show. The company is XAZ Bead Company. For some reason I always want to call it XAZ Bead Company, but I think it's XAZ Bead Company. So these are raku fired beads and pendants. They're ceramic, and I asked her and she fires them in a metal box, a very old one from what I could understand from her. Her name's Amy. I think it's Mealy, and her website is xazbead.com. And then here's a picture of some of her beautiful beads. I did not get a strand because, as you can imagine, artisan beads are quite expensive, as well they should be. But I focused on some pendants, and single beads. So here's what I got from her. My little handful of happiness here. So I'm gonna start with the pendant. Look at the different colors on here. So color shifting. It's for raku, she has 2 different types, glossy and then this more matte finish. And I think I love the more matte finish more. It just looks, I don't know, it just makes me happy. So she obviously uses some kind of stamps in her work, and then I think she said she hand mixes her glaze, or at least hand makes her glaze. So the back of this one is not finished, which is fine. I should have had her sign it. That would have been nice. She was also, so I saw her at the Casino del Sol show. It has a couple names and I don't really know which one it is. It's either Bead True Blue or Colors of the Stone. But look at this, it's beautiful. I can't wait to make this into something. And this will probably just, I don't think I'd put any other beads with it because it's so amazing. Maybe tie it on some leather or maybe a couple accent beads like metal spacers or something. But there's a hole right here for the pendant. So it'll hang like that. So pretty. It's just so pretty. And it was so hard to choose. I was standing in front of her stall for at least 15 minutes deciding. Next is this focal bead. I don't have my measuring, I don't have my ruler near me, but again, the color shifting properties, that matte color. I love the deep violet, like purples in there, and the blues, and then she uses a flower stamp. She and some other artists have inspired me to keep making more beads in my new favorite medium, polymer clay. So the back has a little bit of a stamp, but obviously this is the focal of the front. So I'm going to turn this into a bracelet, definitely for myself, because like I said, these aren't cheap. But I will be buying from her in the future because she's just so talented. Next are a pair of heart beads, focal smaller than the one I just showed you. So in reference, that's how big they are. But here we go. Look at those, beautiful. Originally, so I went to the show last year and saw her, and I think this year I just had a different mindset. Last year I wasn't really into buying artisan beads, but I did see her work on Candy Cooper's page. And I was like, okay, I've seen her before. I liked what she had. I'm going to check her out again. So when I went this time, I had a different mindset, and I was like, you know what? These beads are absolutely gorgeous, and I need to have them. I need another hole in the head, but I needed to have them, right? So they have a hole going down the center like that. Cute swirl stamp. And then I picked these because she has many different variations in her glazes. But I like this one because it was kind of rainbow. Like she has some that are all purple, some that are all like yellow-orange, some that are all blue. But I liked that this had all the colors in it. And here's the back for reference. Like, look at that, deep blue to purple. And then this one's different. So just really pretty. I'm probably going to put these on a bracelet too, or make 2. Maybe I'll make 3 bracelets. I don't know. They're so pretty. I want to be able to look at them all day. And then I bought 4 matching beads. She has a lot of different colors in the beads. As you can see, these vary a little bit too, from purple to blue. I didn't get any of the brown or orange or yellow-ish kind. I just stuck with the blue and purple and green. So that's what I got from XAZ Bead Company. Look at it, it's just so pretty. Okay, moving on. Let me pack these back up. And I think that was my favorite part of this entire trip, was getting to talk with artists. Like, the bead stalls are fun. You're searching through all the millions of beads, having tons of fun. But talking to an artist about their craft, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. And I'm going to refer you to my Instagram, because the link is below. There was another woman, her first name is Betty. I'm gonna have to, I think it was Betty Cook, but I could be wrong. And she is a bead embroiderer, and her stall was amazing, and hopefully I get to do a collaboration with her, because she will incorporate cabochons from other people, and I want to make her some so I can see what she does with them. But okay, the next place I went was the Whole Bead Show. Very small show, but they had a lot of artisan beads there. So this person was Diane Hockey. So here's her. She makes really cute planters. I actually really wanted one. I should have bought one. Beads, pendants, cabochons. So DianeHockey.com, DianeHockey.etsy.com, and then DianeHockey@ymail.com. Check her out. She's an amazing artist. Hand paints everything. So I got two things from her, two beads. First one, I'm going to make this into a bracelet, because duh, I love sparkle. So it's a cute little bracelet bar bead. I mean, you could use it on anything, but I'm using it on a bracelet. You can almost get leather through there, I think. So sparkle. And then look at this guy. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but it made me so happy. So it's I asked her, I was like, are these moons or faces? And she said, it kind of started as one thing and morphed into another. She said, it's what you see. And I see a moon. I see the man in the moon, or the woman in the moon. And I like how there's this metallic glaze around the middle, or around the outside. It's a two-tone face. Like, look at all the attention to detail she paid on this. It's so beautiful. Nice big hole. Completely finished on the back too. I took ceramics in college, and I've always been obsessed with ceramics. I did it when I was a kid. I just love painting ceramics. I love making things with my hands. So eventually one of my goals is to get back into ceramics, but I'm not there yet. So these are the two things I got from Diane Hockey. I'm gonna have to do a finished jewelry video with things I've made from artisan makers, jewelry artists. Okay, the next person I purchased from, and this was also at the Whole Bead Show, was Firefly Design Studio. So Michelle McCarthy, and like I said about Amy and even Diane and I had a fantastic conversation. Michelle was really sweet, very welcoming, and was really just getting into it. Me going through her beads, because her cube, or her booth, was like bead eye candy, and you'll see I got a blue theme, but she had tons of different colors. So she goes by Firefly Design Studio. I followed her on Facebook. She has an Etsy shop. Guys, check her out, because you can probably get what I have here from either her Facebook or her Etsy shop. She's amazing. I'll leave that right there. So I have two sets. Where I got more than two sets, but all right. So the first one is this amazing bead, and it's a star. So the cool thing is, and everybody does, all of the artisans did this, but I think she did it really effectively, is she showed her work, or this work, on finished pieces. So it kind of encouraged me to buy more stuff, honestly. Like, that's a good businesswoman right there. So this beautiful bead is going to go on a bracelet for me, I think, or it could be a pendant, but I like looking at my special beads, and I do that more frequently if it's on my arm than on my neck. So finished on both sides, like the Diane Hockey bead. So beautiful, very texturized. This is nice, it's almost like a worry stone, because it's so nice to touch. Okay, and then I saw this little guy at the last second. I had to get it. It's a little jellyfish, pink jellyfish, so cute. Nice as like an add-on charm to a necklace. I definitely got a sea theme from her shop, but she had tons of stuff. I think she had owls, oh, just a lot of stuff, and it was all so cute. So here's a sea urchin. She had this on her finished jewelry, and I was like, oh, I need to get that because I want to make a bracelet with that. So it's like a little bracelet bar. She used jump rings to attach to the rest of her bracelet, which I thought was pretty handy. You could use leather. You could use stretch cord, but I don't think I would. Finished on the back. Such a beautiful color. You guys know turquoise and blue are my faves. And then I got this pair, and if you look really closely, I don't know, oh yeah, you can see, it's sparkly. So there were sparkles in this black glaze that she used on these pinched beads, and I just thought that was so special. She only had one other thing that had, I mean, when I got there, that had this glaze on it, and I got it in a different color, not the glaze color, but I just thought, you know, this is going to add such a nice sparkle to just an accent of something else that I make. So it was 2 beads. Pretty good size. I mean, they're probably about 18 millimeter. And then I got this set of beads too, and I know they seem incongruent, but they match what I think I'm about to show you. So another set of aqua beads. Put those right there. And then I got this bracelet bar and this pendant, and they match. And I cannot wait to make something with them. Little mermaids. Ugh, look at them. They're so cute. So whimsical. And I stood there for a while because there were 2 turquoise mermaids, and I just could not decide. And the other one was a little bit, like, this one's faded almost, but I liked it a lot because it matched the bracelet bar. And the other one was more like a pop of turquoise. Kind of more like this guy. As you can see, they're not the same. So I think this is going to be a fantastic set. I'm keeping this. Nobody's buying this from me. Nobody's getting this as a gift because it's just so pretty. And look at the little attention to detail. Look at the little seashell in her hair. And the little starfish, or it's either a starfish or a flower in her hair. Just so cute. And there's just so much going on here. Next time I'm going to ask, I'm going to take a Sharpie with me next time and have people sign the back of their stuff because I think it's that would be extra special. But these go with these, so I'm going to make incorporate them into whatever pieces I make. So, oh my gosh, I haven't looked at these since the day I bought them, and they're just so cute. I love them. Okay, so that is from Michelle McCarthy from Firefly Design Studio. Let me put those away. Next, I also bought these at the one at Casino del Sol, two bead true blue and Colors of the Stone. Honestly, I mess that up every single time. But the first one, they're a family of bead makers, but they're 2 different companies. So one is Golem Beads. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. They're beautiful beads. So Golem Design Studio, Vladislav Ivanov, and golemstudio.com. So that was the first. I'm going to show you these together. And then their daughter also branched out and makes her own beads. And I'm going to say her name wrong, I think. It's Damiana Studio. But both of them are so gorgeous. I follow her on Facebook, and she posts like her making process. She's such a sweet lady in person. She's gorgeous, and they're just such a cute little family. So those are the 2, but I'll show you the beads I got, and I actually got them to match each other, kind of. So from I think it's Damiana. I got this. I was immediately drawn to these because I love plants, foliage, green, turquoise, blue, teal. So I'm gonna move these out of this frame a little bit. Look at these. She hand painted these and then fired them. I mean, the attention to detail, the leaves, the dots, the stripes. I mean, it's just so cute. So cute. So I picked these up the second I got to her booth. I could not even pretend that I didn't see them and put them down or anything. Like, I was like, oh, these are mine. And I did get something from her last year. I still haven't used it. It's just a little pendant. And I got something from her father last year too. So I got these. I got matching green polka dot. I mean, I just wanted to buy everything in her cube, and I think next year I probably will. But so matching green, so beautiful. And then I got some contrasting colors. So I got like a blue, teal, and these all have like mottled, and they've got black polka dots, and then a black and white. And I might use these with this, but I also, the thing I bought from her last year was a pendant, and it was black and white dots, and it was so cute, and I know where it is, and I haven't used it yet. It's just because I haven't found anything that was worthy of going with it. So maybe I'll use those with it. But look how wonderfully these go together. And again, you got to be careful in these booths because you'll run up the tab immediately. Like, it's not cheap. So, which I don't think it should be, because look how beautiful they are. So then, to match, they kind of match. I bought these from her father. These are also handmade. They're not they are the same color family. So these are from Golem Studio. They have more crisp, clean lines than Damiano. But, I mean, they're just a different style. But I feel like they use the same glazes. And so the colors I can incorporate from one to another. I also got these coin beads. Again, still match. These are more of a green, like a green turquoise. And then I also purchased these from Golem. So obviously, Brittany likes blue and green. But look, it's just it's so happy. It just makes me so happy. Are you like me where you just want to pet the beads? I don't really care if I use them sometimes. I just want to take them out and look at them. So I'm going to pull these up and be a little bit more, since I didn't do them justice. Look at the attention to detail. These are all hand painted by Golem Studio. These are their larger lentils. So you get 4. What I bought from them last year, I made into a bracelet that I'm not a huge fan of, and I've only worn it like once. So I think I might take that bracelet apart and do some justice to the beads that I got last year. But look at these, like you can use them in 4 separate projects, 1 big project, anything. I mean, and just all of these go so well together. That's what I loved about their cube, or their booth. I keep saying cube, but if they didn't have such nice matchy stuff, I probably would have only walked away with these beads, and that's it. But, you know, like I said, they know what they're doing, and they make it easy for the shopper, and obviously it's easy to buy these beautiful, beautiful beads. Okay. And then the next artist I purchased from at the whole bead show. So this is the person selling these beads did not make these beads, but I think it is important that I share this. So I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but Florence Clark was sitting in the cube, I think with her sister, and she travels to West Africa once a year to visit a family that she takes care of. And this woman, from what I can understand, is just amazing. I'm going to say this wrong, but Naomi Adam Foundation of America. So check out her website, www.nafofaid.org. She sells beads. She doesn't sell them online. She said she only sells them at the shows down there. But she sells West African recycled glass beads. And I'm going to show you. I've never bought West African recycled glass beads because they're so expensive, and for good reason. She showed me the process. So they take recycled glass, they crush it up, fire it, and make new beads out of it. And this is all done by hand by West Africans. And then they hand paint each bead and then refire. So the paint is permanent and kind of enamels onto the beads. So here, thank you for supporting us. It's a non-profit corporation. The purchase of beads and jewelry supports our orphanage, my mother's house in Ghana, West Africa. In the U.S., volunteers do all beads, bead shows, jewelry making, and everything else, so all the proceeds from the sales go back to Ghana to care for the children. Buying recycled glass beads and jewelry is a win for everyone. The artisans in Ghana are gainfully employed. The cultural tradition of bead making continues. The environment benefits from recycling. Children have food, shelter, healthcare, schooling, etc. You get beautiful handmade beads and jewelry. And you can find more about my mother's house and our children in Ghana at nafofa.org. Thank you, thank you. She was so wonderful. She was tired because they had been sitting there all day. And I come in 10 minutes to closing. I'm like, oh, let me look at your beads. But she was so gracious and so sweet. And I wish I would have gone back the next day, but I just didn't have time on the schedule that I was. I wish I would have bought more, because now that I'm thinking about it, there was like a ton in that booth that I just wanted to have. But these beads are super special. So let me share. I got 2 small strands, a necklace, and a large strand. So here's one of the small strands. These. So this is like a chunky, it almost reminds me of birthday cake. So like confetti cake. So blue, white, cream, little dots of red. These are going to be perfect accent beads for a more tribal or native or earthy looking necklace. Oh, they're so pretty, and they just feel nice. You know that feeling of like beads that you just want to touch? Even though they're bumpy, they're just like nice to play with. So I got a really good strand. These were, I mean, West African beads are expensive, and these were only $5 for a small strand. I mean, you could pay 5 times that for the same strand at a different stall. So, okay. Next, I bought this necklace, which I'm definitely going to take apart because the beads are just so amazing. The necklace design is very nice, but I don't think I'll wear it, and I really bought it for specific beads on this necklace strand. So here's the necklace. You can tell it's all recycled glass. Again, my camera's a little small, but it's a very big necklace, and it kind of swoops in different things. But I really bought it for these recycled glass middle beads. So I'm going to take it apart. I'm going to have a ton of spacer rondelles, but I bought it for these, and I'm going to use those as spacers in between bigger glass beads. So I thought this was really pretty. Ton of beads on here. This was $10. I feel like I kind of stole from her, but I mean, that's what she asked me for. So very pretty. A lot of beads. It's a lot of beads, especially recycled glass from handmade. Next was this beautiful hand-painted set. I mean, I could just wear this as a bracelet, but I think each one of these is so special that I probably won't use more than 1 to 2 on a necklace or a bracelet. Again, another reason why I should have bought more, so I could just make a bracelet out of these, but so beautiful, so detailed. Look at that, all the dots. I mean, come on. You have to use those. I mean, these people make the same thing over and over again, and they're not, I mean, they're all the same quality. So pretty. And last but not least is this longer strand of the green bottle glass with a white enameled finish, like white painted finish. So pretty. This is a bigger strand. This one was $10. So worth it. I'll probably get a necklace, bracelet, and earrings out of this. I cannot wait. I mean, I almost don't want to cut it apart because it's so nice. Like they strand it on this cotton. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, so that was Florence Clark with Naf of Aid. The next set of artisan beads that I bought were from Rita Schneck Designs. Oh, sorry, that's not in the middle. Rita Schneck Designs. She's such a sweetheart. She was at Candy Cooper's Dinner with Candy and Design, what was it called? Dessert and Demos. She was doing a trunk show there. If you haven't heard of Rita, she makes glass beads and jewelry. Wanted everything in her stall. It was amazing. She makes these beautiful leaves that I'll show you in just a moment. But here's her information. Just the stuff she sells is gorgeous and very well priced. I bought, first of all, she had this baggie of what she called seconds, which I doubt, of handmade glass spacer beads or glass discs. so gorgeous. Like, look at all the different colors in here. I just can't even imagine the amount of time and expertise it takes to make these. And she sold this whole bag for $10 to me because it was seconds. I just can't, I don't even see how. She's like, oh, they might be a little rough or not uniform. I'm like, that is the definition of handmade, and I'm happy. I'm here for it. So we're gonna see these in my jewelry, if I ever do a finished jewelry video again, as spacers and focals going forward. So we had that beautiful bag. I mean, that's got to be at least, I would say 50 to 100 beads. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's got to be 100 beads because here's 30. These were, I picked these out myself. She had them in a tray so you can pick out what colors you wanted, and she was selling them for $1/4 a piece. I couldn't believe it. So I got a bunch of these. And the reason, also another reason, she didn't have any red ones left. So there were some red ones. Even though I don't love red, I thought that these were beautiful in red. So there were some red ones in here. So I'm super excited about that. And there's a nice bright orange one. So really fun. And then I bought 3 other things from her. And they were these glass leaves, lampwork glass leaves. So I originally saw these on Candy Cooper's Etsy page. But look at these. They are amazing. So they're head pins. So you can do so many different things with these. You can stack some beads and actually bust out some of these guys. So I got this clear blue, brown, green, yellow leaf. You can make it into a pendant, earring, if you get matching ones. So these are the large ones. She had smaller ones too. She also had circles and solid colors that had like a paw print in the middle, a heart. I would have bought a bunch, but then I just would have been broke because this weekend was, or it wasn't even the weekend. This week was nuts with how much money I spent. But yeah, look how pretty that is. So, and then I got this green and blue one. This one's opaque. Look how beautiful it is. Look at that. It's almost like Picasso finish, but it's built into the glass instead of on the outside. And this gorgeous red one. I think that is so eye-catching, especially with the turquoise on it. Like, we know I don't use red a lot, but I thought that this was definitely up my alley. So you do it like this. It's a head pin. You can just curl it, make it into a drop for your necklace, or let me see if I can find a good color here. You can stack some spacers on top to make it more of a focal. Obviously, I don't think this is what I would do, but just showing you what you can do. And you could put some copper in there, antique brass, silver, gold, whatever you want to do. But then just curl it, wire wrap it. This is very heavy gauge wire, so she said be very careful. She said, you know, it's definitely sturdy, but we want to hold it right here when we wrap it instead of holding it like down here because it'll snap. So I'm very excited to use these. Look at how pretty they are together. I mean, I might use them all on the same thing. That would be quite the piece, I think. But I think from what I understand, she lives in Mesa, which is very close to where I live, so I might be able to get more from her soon. Then, oh, I still have one more person. So that was Rita Schneck. Put these back in here. And then last but not least, this is definitely the most expensive bead I bought the entire show. And it's just one bead. But I bought it from T-Beads. T-Beads.com. She's a glass artist. And I did see this bead there, I think, or something very similar. It was really pretty, really expensive. So Tammy Kerber. She's out of Orlando, Florida. So tbeads.com, and then info@tbeads.com is her email. Look at the detail on that frog. But let's see. Here's a little flyer that she gave me, which I purchased too. So you can see some of her other work. She looks like she does some ceramic. She only had glass, I think, when I saw her. She was also at Candy Cooper's event, kind of as a pop-up. So join us in our Facebook group, T-Beads Marketplace, monthly trunk shows, giveaways, design challenges, and tutorials. She was really sweet. So I stared at this bead for a very long time, and you're going to ask me, like, Brittany, why? But look at this cute little koala. Handmade glass, okay? So she kind of told me the price, and I kind of walked away for a little while. But then she told me, you know, everything made from this particular bead goes to support Australia and their fires and the koalas over there. And I asked her, I was like, well, where in there? And I think she said the Irwin Family Zoo, and there was one other, but that kind of changed my mind. And I said, okay. And this is probably the most special thing I purchased this week. It just makes me happy, and you know, we all need something that makes us happy. And I just thought, you know, it's worth it. I get something out of it, but more importantly, so do people in need. And my best friend loves koalas, and so it makes me think of her too. So I'm either going to put it on a bracelet or a necklace, something that I can see all the time. But it's really well made. It's super cute, and it goes to support a really good cause. So there you have it. That's my Artisan bead haul from the Tucson 2020 shows. If you have any questions, let me know. What was in the comments, let me know what was your favorite thing that you saw in my video. What would you do with some of the things you saw? Hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.